Okay, I'm back with these work chronicles, and this is my favorite gray hair in the world. She's a Lone Ranger. Anyway, listen, work chronicles. Kind of go through the past couple of months. I hadn't been on here, but I'm gonna try to remember things the best I can. I think I did do a video on one of the times when I met with the department head last month about some issues that I was having with management, lower level of management with my case, my files, and things like that. But anyways, the past year there was this person that worked with me, and it was a man, and we have the same level of education. I was there a year before he was. In the meantime, he was not as successful with his management of cases. I work efficiently. I usually work diligently, and I'm pretty quick at what I do. I get the cases in and out as quickly as I can, as allowed. So I was asked on a number of times to assist him with his case management and to periodically assist with other people's cases when they were out of the office. For the record, this man would be at work like I would be. He get the same 8 hours that I was getting. He was lower level than I was, but nonetheless, he needed some assistance with some of his case management because I think at one point he had been assigned cases they really weren't trained to do, so I had to help him with that. But it was just all over the place. Periodically throughout the year, I had to help him. Toward the end of the year in 2022, I was helping assist with his case management consecutive months, sometimes every week. So fast forward to that. I actually interviewed, I can't remember, early this year was cold for a supervisor position. And I didn't get the position. It was the third position that I applied for since I've been there at the agency. In these next year, it'll be 9 years. But anyways, recently I was also asked to assist with some case management of a person that was transferred to my team and one of the existing people's cases. And in addition to this, throughout the year, we changed operations manager a couple of years ago. So for some reason, at a point last year, the operation manager sends me an email and says, my caseload was impeccable. But when I say impeccable, it was like 100 and something. I had maybe, before they transitioned me over to this second type of cases they added to the part of my development, I would have maybe 100. The last one, the highest level I remember having before transitioning to more types of cases, which I still had the old cases, but they added more. But these are quicker to get out. They were like, I remember being at like maybe 148, and I'm now down to 107. I've been as low as 98 cases in this last year. But I work efficiently. When people had 200 and 300, I had still 100 and something, working my butt off, working my ass off. In the meantime, also helping people. But she sends me this email and says, even though your caseload is good, it's not fair that you don't have to do these reports. And I'm thinking, where the hell did this come from? Because all of my stuff is in order. You can go through all of my cases and see what is going on with them. None of them were behind. And if they were, it's because I was out and somebody probably who was looking at my cases flicked something where I couldn't follow up with it and didn't make another follow-up to review the case for whatever reason it might have been. So in the meantime, I'm thinking, okay, fine. So I'm like fed up at this point. I'm like, I don't feel like I should be writing these reports because I'm up to par on my cases. Then the next 2 weeks, they be asking for more reports again that kind of coincided with the reports that we just wrote. The case reports we just wrote for the previous type, and I'm thinking, wait a minute. We're spinning our wheels. I'm like, I can't do this. So that was one of the other matters that I brought up to my department head, and she addressed it with the operations manager. They still have to write reports, but they made it if you have this amount of cases of this type, this amount of cases this, and you hadn't had them this long, you don't have to write a report. So I didn't fall into that category with these types of cases, which kind of eliminated me for the most part. But then there's still other cases we have to do reports on, like yesterday, just randomly. Email came out saying, get these case status reports, and I had maybe 3 as soon as you can. Okay, great. But the cases are sitting there because 1, the medical professional hasn't looked at it, or 2, someone on the team won't let it go because whatever reason they came up with, which makes no sense. In the meantime, we're still having to do all these reports, which really isn't technically part of my job description. We review them, but we don't write reports on the cases. That's not typical of anything that we would do in the past as it relates to processing these files. So I was talking to a cohort of mine, and he was like, they just don't care. These horrible types of management will continue to go on for years. These people will be promoted, and some of them have been. They do not have good management skills or management skills at all, which was funny to me because the department said that I was kind of harsh. I'm trying to be like, who I'm harsh with. She never said who, but those were her words. I'm thinking harsh with who. I really never had a confrontation with one person, and it wasn't even about work. But there are other people who actually are managers and cannot keep people working under them. They leave or resign or retire. And I'm being honest when I say that. So this one cohort of mine says these people just don't care. So another cohort called me today with their matters and concerns, and their thing was, management just seems to be delusional. And I'm like, maybe the delulu is what gets them through. I don't know. But delusional and not caring, I think, are the cases, because they have people doing so much extra work. They don't take any of the task away for them to do the work, the extra stuff that they ask them to do. But aside from that, I declined a few months ago, not even an offer. It wasn't an offer to me because I don't get paid extra money. And I did get paid extra money for helping the person last year. I got no extra time added to my check or anything. So wheels began to churn in my brain, which they always do. And I stepped back and I said, I get the same amount of time these people do. And at this point, I'm not going to assist anybody. I don't have time to do it because I have to keep up with my case management. Even if I get completed tasks today, I go to my next day's task and try to do some of that work, which is one of the ways I stay ahead. But aside from that, I'm like, y'all are not going to take advantage of me. Like, I don't get more money. I can't get promoted, even though you're asking me to do some supervisor or managerial work to look at somebody else's cases that gets the same amount of time that I do. And in some cases, these people are not always new. They've been here twice as long as I have, literally. And I'm thinking, you playing in my face, like, seriously? So I declined. It's not even an opportunity. When they asked, I declined to assist, and I was like, no, I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. It's not getting me anywhere. You want to overwork me? Not going to, no. So I'm going to stick to my guns, and I'm not going to overexert myself. And they were asking me to, divert a certain amount of time every day. And I'm like, no, I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't have the zeal that I did previously, and especially when people are, in my opinion, as a mutual here said, they playing in your face, sis. You're right, they playing in my face. But they can play with themselves because they ain't gonna be playing with me. Not now and not ever again. But they're delusional, I think, to a certain degree, and some parts don't care the stress that people doing the work that I do are going through. I don't think. And most important, they've never worked like we have in this particular new system that's probably maybe 5 or 6 years old to the agency, but some people have only been doing it for like 3 years. But still, it's crazy. But no, I feel like I'm being taken advantage of, and I'm not going to let you do that. And it's like, no, these people come to work like I do. They can manage like I do. And if you can't hire me to assist with how they manage, like in a supervisor position, I'm not giving you supervisory consultant work. That's just not my job. So that is my rant for today. And I'm sure some people from my job will see this, and I don't care. That's just how I feel. I might answer a question every now and then, but to devote time out of my day, nah, not gonna do it. Can't do it. I'm too sedated for this shit.